that stand.
Just guess who I saw coming out of there. That little hillbilly singer of yours.
You gotta be kidding. You hire this lawyer, you think I just came off a banana boat, huh?
Hold it! Where you been? What happened to you?
Just answer me one thing. You still want me to be a lawyer?
I carry a lot of weight around here.
Here's 165 pounds of weight you're not gonna carry.
Thank you very much. Keep that money coming in now. All you kids too, bust open those piggy banks. You're wonderful, you're beautiful, and I love you all. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Mr. White,
some other time.
I'd like to talk to you in private.
His heart's as big as the Grand Canyon. 20 continuous hours on the air to help all those kids. Now remember what country asked me. Reach down,
Look, Mr. White,
Man, I told you some other time. I mean, I've been up for 20 hours, all right?
well, look, I just want to talk to you.
I'm sorry, mister, but I'm really tired.
Okay, not here. But I've been having some long talks with Jake Wiley. Jake Wiley, you hear? Now, I'm going to be here in room 7 at the Desert Palms by 10 o'clock. Now, you'll be there, too. You understand?
It's the waiter, sir. I have to take back the service cart before I go off duty. Sir? Excuse me.
Let's see. It says, attorney, I respectfully request on behalf of my client that you take steps to abate, cease, and desist this nuisance within 1 week. If steps are not taken, my client will pursue whatever legal remedies seem appropriate at the time. Yours very truly. Have that mailed out by noon.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't see you come in.
Oh, that's all right. Y'all seem pretty busy here. My name's Country Boy White.
What can you do for me, Mr. White?
Just call me Country Boy. My father's Mr. White.
Oh, fine. Then why don't you have a seat? Oh, no, you better use that one with a little surgery.
Oh, try this one. It's a lot better. There. You know, I just heard your new album. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Maggie, I'll get you an autograph later, huh?
Yeah, excuse me.
It's about this, Mr. Petrocelli.
Morrow killing, huh?
Yes, sir. See, I think I'm headed for a lot of trouble. I had words with this Morrow dude yesterday at the TV station, and I kind of shoved him.
Hey, no, wait a second. You don't kind of shove anybody. Either you did or you didn't.
Well, yeah, I did. I know I shouldn't have, but he followed me back to the dressing room and wouldn't leave me alone. I was beat. He just kept pushing me around, you know?
Telephone, New York.
Mama? Hey, come stai? No, tutto va bene. Yeah. Ah. Oh, Mama, that's very thoughtful of you. No, look. No, it's not here yet. Mama, it's not your fault it's not here yet. Mama says you sound very sweet on the phone.
Good morning. Tomatoes.
Guess what, Mama? They're here. Yeah. Mama, you shouldn't have done that. She mailed us out some cookies and sent us 10 pounds of provolone cheese. Mom, huh? Look, do me a favor. I'm a little busy now. I want you to say hello to Papa and take care of yourself, huh? Mama says goodbye to you. Maggie says goodbye to you. Mama, Benedica. Family, sorry. Let's see now. That Morrow guy. Now, did you ever see him before the incident yesterday?
No, sir.
Anybody see you hit him?
Well, that's just it. There were some folks around there. He had his girlfriend with him, too. You know, Mr. Petrocelli, I've struggled a long time to get to where I'm at. I've worked a lot of tank towns, done a lot of one-nighters, just hoping someday that I'd make something out of myself. I've paid my dues, sir. Now, I just don't want to blow it now.
I can understand that. We all paid our dues. What about this place here? You ever there at the Desert Palms?
No, I've never heard of it. But early this morning, there was a detective who came around my place asking a lot of questions. So I figured I better get a lawyer.
Detective? You know his name?
I can't remember. Well, he didn't hassle me or anything. He was very nice.
It was nice, huh? Was he extra nice?
Well, he paid me a lot of compliments on my singing.
Would you remember if his name was Ponce?
Ponce? Yeah, that's it. Why, do you know?
Oh, yeah, I know. And you're right. You do need a lawyer. Here, take this, Terry. No, it's not a bribe.
Gee, thanks, Petrocelli.
Hey, listen, by the way, I understand that Lieutenant Ponce is on the Morrow case.
Is that right?
Yeah, did he mention anything to you about a girl with a red striped dress? She might have been seen with Morrow that night.
Who?
How you doing, Petrocelli?
Now, that's Shelley. That's Petrocelli.
Wonder how come I didn't put that H in there the way it sounds.
Well, it sounds like cello, doesn't it? Listen, Lieutenant, what's the story on that girl with the red striped dress?
We're working on that. Don't you worry about it.
Well, what should I worry about? I mean, outside of you being on the case, that is.
Nothing to it, just a little investigation.
Yeah. Well, I read in the paper where the victim just got out of Leesburg prison about a week ago.
You know something? I read that, too.
Sometimes I get the feeling that you know a lot more than you read.
I see you around.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hmm?
you happen to run into your client, old country boy.
Tell him we'd consider it a kind of a favor if he'd stick around a little bit.
Well, what do you got?
God, we ain't got anything. I was just being a little bit hospitable. You tell him that, yeah?
Well, I won't tell him, but I'll inform him.
I appreciate it.
Officer, I think she stalled out on me.
Maybe it's overheated. Why don't you give it another try?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Good idea. Yeah, that's all that it was. Hey, thanks for your help. Great.
That's what we're here for.
Well, thanks again. It's really kind of you, officer.
Don't mention it.
Country boy can use all the help you can give him, Mr. Wiley.
Hey, honest, I wish I could help you. Country Boy is one of my favorites.
Listen, did Morrow ever mention to you anything about what he planned to do when he got out of here? You know, did he drop any girlfriends' names?
Oh, none I can remember. Sure would hate to see Country Boy in any trouble. I sing a little, you know.
Yeah, it's terrific. Listen, what about visitors? Did he have any?
Hey, I don't know.
What about letters? Anybody ever write to him? You know, that cell's about 12 feet by 8 feet. I mean, did you notice anything?
Look, I don't go around sticking my nose in everybody's business. You learned that here.
You were his cellmate. I mean, you didn't see anything. You didn't hear anything. You don't know anything. You're a model prisoner, huh?
You said it all. Hope everything works out for Country Boy.
Yeah, I'll be sure to tell him about your concern. Thanks.
Ooh, hey, you need a shave.
I wonder how I look in a beard.
Hi, Pete. Lonely.
Lonely?
I divorce you.
That's a ticklish subject.
That's funny. Hi.
Howdy, Tony. I want you to know, I don't deliver on Sundays.
Hey, Mama's cookies.
Great. What's the matter with you?
I got bad news, and I got bad news.
Couldn't find the girl in the red striped dress, right?
I couldn't even find the dress.
Keep looking. What else?
I got a friend of mine that pulled that packet on Jake Wiley. You know why he's in the pokey?
Oh, sure, hit and run manslaughter.
He was driving Country Boy's car. I'm sorry, Tony. I guess there's a couple of dress shops still open. I'll go take a look. I'll see you, Tony.
Bye,
Maggie.
Pete.
Oh, by the way, that information cost me a six-pack.
I'll owe you. I'm gonna see Country Boy right now.
Can it wait, Tony? What about dinner?
Sorry, baby, I lost my appetite.
And that is fine music, purely fine.
Thank you.
Tell me this, how did you happen to take up a guitar at 6?
Don't answer that.
Well, hello, counselor.
You've got no business here, Ponce.
Well, I'm a big fan of this young fella. My children wear his T-shirts and play his albums day and night.
Nice to know you clothe your kids, but nobody has an opportunity to speak to my client without my presence.
I see.
Anything else?
Well, there is one little thing. Strictly unofficial, of course. Would you be so kind as to give me one of your albums and sign it to my children?
Oh, sure, I'd be happy to. Tell him Country Boy says hello.
Certainly do appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. Petrocelli?
All the stupid things.
Well, you don't have to get so steamed up. He didn't ask me any questions.
Did you think he was just here for a social call? Let me tell you how social that guy is. 11 out of 11 homicide convictions, 6 death penalties.
Well,
The reason I stopped you, I didn't want you lying to a cop.
Lying?
Lying, that's right, lying. Fred Mara came to you for a handout, didn't he? Did you know he was out of jail 5 days before?
What?
You know his former cellmate was Jake Wiley, didn't you? Jake Wiley, who worked for your manager, is up for a manslaughter rap committed while driving your car. And you think you gotta be kidding. You hire this lawyer, you think I just came off a banana boat, huh? I want to tell you something, Buster. Here's your retainer. I'm taking a vacation.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Petrocelli. I didn't know anything about that last night. Honest. I knew about Jake Wiley, sure, but I didn't know anything about his cellmate. Then when Morrow came back...
What did he want?
Money, that's all.
Money for what?
I don't know. Just some guy who came after me down the corridor after the show. I didn't even listen to him. I was tired, beat, and I shoved him out of the way. And I never saw him again. And I had nothing to do with killing him. I swear it.
Okay, kid, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You just better do what I tell you to do right now. Don't you ever open your mouth again for anyone. Not even for your dentist.
Why did you go to see a lawyer?
Because the cops started asking a lot of
It's your
questions.
job to keep him out of trouble. Where were you when that clown was all over him?
It's not his fault, Sam. Leave him alone.
Well, it's somebody's fault. A man's dead. And you hired a hick lawyer.
He's not a hick lawyer. He's one of those Harvard lawyers.
He's an ambulance chaser with an office over an Indian jewelry store.
Well, I like him. I got confidence in him.
That's from last quarter's T-shirt sales.
Hey, Sam, that is great. That is amazing.
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
Yeah, well, I like the numbers, too. I like to keep them in 6 figures. That's why I worry about your image, Country. You dig?
Yeah, sure, Sam.
All right. Well, now you stay out of trouble and keep in touch. I'll be at the El Sol.
Oh, Tony, it's me. No red dress, not in any San Remo dress shop. I checked them all. No. Wait a minute. Hold on, Tony. Tony, I don't think it's a dress. It's a uniform. Howdy, Millie. Not working today?
Who are you and what do you want?
My name is Ritter. I'm connected with the police. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Country Boy.
I never heard of him.
Well, I think you better tell me about the other night.
Look, I'm not telling anybody anything because I don't know anything, okay?
Come on, Millie. Why are you running away?
I'm not running away. I'm going home to Mother.
Oh, does your mother know that you're the last person on earth that saw Fred Morrow alive?
What? No, you don't, mister.
You were at the telethon. Didn't you leave with him after his little fracas with Country Boy?
No, I had my own car there, too. I mean, he just went off and left without me. Look, mister, I can't tell you anything about Fred Morrow, okay? I mean, he was just an ex-con that I met, and he asked me for a date. I don't want to be mixed up in things like this.
You already are mixed up. What do you want to see Country Boy about?
I don't know. I think he thought he was going to get some money or something. That's all I...
They're looking for you, too, you know.
I thought you said you were a cop.
Doggone it, I lied. I'm an investigator for Mr. Petrocelli. He's Country Boy's lawyer.
So you lead him right straight to me, right? Well, you let me tell you something, mister. That was the last time I saw Fred, but it was not the last time I saw your precious Country Boy. And if they get me, I get him.
They're getting a lot closer, you know.
You want to know something else? Fred asked me over to the Desert Palm for around 10:30. Little celebration or something, you know? Only I got there a little early, and I waited in the car. And you just guess who I saw coming out of there. That little hillbilly singer of yours.
You were there. You lied.
I didn't kill him. I didn't even see him. I just went up to the door and knocked, and no one answered. I knocked and knocked again.
I'm glad you're here, Petrocelli. Save the city the cost of a phone call.
You know, I got a complaint to make, Lieutenant. I think I'm being followed.
You're under arrest. Suspicion of murder. You have the right to remain silent. If you not choose to...
Hey, wait a second. Now, what do you got?
We got everything we need. We got a whole bunch of kids who saw your boy in a little scuffle with Morrow. And some of those kids heard Morrow tell Country Boy to meet him at the Desert Palms. They heard him mention Jake Wiley. Now, I'll tell you what I figure. I figure Fred Morrow must have had something big on Country Boy. You know, Mr. Morrow was fresh out of the penitentiary and in a real big hurry to pick up some cash. So he invited Country Boy to come over and have a little dinner, have a little talk. Country Boy came, but he didn't mind his manners. And after this performance, he slipped out the back way. Only this time, he wasn't hiding from autograph hunters. He is hiding from witnesses. Now, your boy is real good at singing. But he ain't so good at hiding, because we got the waiter who saw him sneaking in, and we got the little lady in the red striped dress who saw him slip out the back way. So, in summation, Counselor, I'll tell you what we got. We got witnesses. We got opportunity. And his fingerprints found exactly where the homicide occurred, inside the room.
Say it one more time. Who needs you anyway? I sure don't. You got no right accusing me of lying. Who are you? An ambulance chaser? You don't even have an office. You're a warehouse for tomatoes over a junk jewelry store. All right, so I'm in a little bit of trouble. What I need is a lawyer, not a... You know, I wouldn't blame you one bit if you picked up and left. Not one bit.
You're a lucky guy, Country Boy. You know why? My rent's due. Okay, look, let's take it from the top now. The first time you saw Fred Morrow.
The only time.
Like, what did he say to you exactly?
Let me see. He said Jake Wiley's name, like he just talked to him or something. And he told me to meet him at 10 o'clock. And he sounded like it was important. So I felt guilty about shoving him, so I went.
And the police report showed your fingerprints on the doorknob. Are you sure you just knocked?
Wait a minute, that's right. I did try the door, but it was locked.
Yeah, that checks. You never got inside that door?
No, of course I didn't.
They found your fingerprints inside, clear and unmistakable, on the service card.
Hey, now I remember. I had to move the card to one side so I could try the door. Well, that's it, you see. That's how my fingerprints got on the card.
The card was inside?
Well, not when I saw it, honest.
We can prove it was on the outside.
I mean, somebody must have put it there. That'll save me, won't it?
Well, we'll need a little backing up. I'll light a couple of candles and you do some heavy praying.
Mr. Petrocelli, my name is Stacy. I represent Country Boy.
Petrocelli. I don't think there's room for both of us.
Oh, well, I represent his merchandising interests. Pictures, souvenirs, things like that.
Hey, be careful, you're gonna step in my shower.
Huh? Oh. Well, Petrocelli, I hope we can become friends. So far, you've certainly handled things well. I'm bringing in another attorney. He's arriving from Denver in time to handle the arraignment at Superior Court tomorrow.
Is Country Boy aware of this?
He'll agree.
I'm still in the case until I speak to him.
Well, I want an experienced criminal lawyer for Country Boy. Clyde Summers.
Yeah, he's a heavyweight.
Well, there's a lot at stake, Petrocelli. Close to $10 million involved in Country Boy's enterprises. That's a lot of jobs for a lot of people.
Well, your concern for the unemployment level really touches me.
I hope you understand our position. I don't want you to suffer any loss, so I'm prepared to, well, how much have you got in the bank?
If you'll excuse me now, I'm trying to build a house.
How about membership in the country club? You could meet some important people, further your career.
You are now talking to the only person that's going to further my career.
Oh, get smart, Petrocelli. You moved out here because obviously you couldn't cut it in the big city.
I came out here because I like the fresh air, you see, inside and outside of that courtroom.
I'm not going to leave Country Boy up to some amateur. I carry a lot of weight around here.
Here's 165 pounds of weight you're not going to carry. Take a walk. Who was that, huh? It was a guy by the name of Stacy.
Well, I got the whole transcript on the Jake Wiley case, including an autopsy report. You want to tell me about it?
Maggie? Who would you say is the best trial lawyer in the country today?
Clyde Summers. You mean they want to bring him in on it?
Yeah.
Oh, Tony, it's the same everywhere. It never changes. What the hell are we doing here?
Hey, now wait a second, Maggie, wait a second. Smell that. That's reason number one. Look up at that sky and those clouds. That's number two. Look back there at that peaceful land. That's reason number three. Honey, if it rains in the desert, it snows in the equator, and there are guys like Stacy everywhere, but we'll handle it. You know that. Okay. You got about 6 more bricks to get in this line. I'm gonna get on with this reading, huh? Am I glad to see you, gentlemen? You know, I just wondered if you had some extra water. My radiator went off its liquid diet.
Can't help you there. We can give you a lift into San Remo.
Oh, great, 'cause I'm a lawyer and I've got to be in court in 40 minutes.
Get in.
Thanks. Almost makes me want to pay for my parking tickets. I sure am grateful to you guys for this. Pons would really be proud of you, you know. I'm gonna make sure I let him know about this when he gets back from his vacation. He still is on vacation, isn't he?
I think he'll be back next week.
Say, I don't want to tell you fellas how to drive, but wouldn't it be faster if we took Route 104 to get into the city?
We're taking a shortcut.
Listen, I've been calling Petrocelli all day. I can't find him anyplace. Now, you gotta have a lawyer before you're arraigned.
And that's Mr. Petrocelli. Did you try his trailer?
Wait a minute. I tried every place I could think of. But now, listen, Stacy told you, you've got a good...
I'm sick of Stacy telling everybody everything. Listen, I know how good this other guy is. I just want Mr. Petrocelli's advice on switching lawyers at a time like this.
I'm sorry, we've got to keep moving.
Yeah. What?
Thanks! Hey, wait a second! Hey! Hold it!
Where you been? What happened to you?
Never mind that. Just answer me one thing. You still want me to be a lawyer?
I sure do. But this
Now,
gentleman...
wait a minute, country boy. You can't go changing your mind again.
You stay out of this, Mr. Stacy. Mr. Summers, sir, I'm sorry for all your trouble. I'm one of your biggest fans, but I'm sure that Mr. Stacy will compensate for this adequately. Let's get out of here. Slow this down.
What kept you?
Tampered radiator, phony cops, and a bumpy ride that'll keep me in the shower for about a month.
What are you talking about?
No, never mind.
Well, how'd it go in there?
Huh? Oh, how should it go? Capital offense, bail denied. Trial date's the 18th. What about Wiley? Any progress?
Might be. I'm supposed to be seeing the guy from the highway department right now.
Well, what are you standing here for?
I was worried about you.
Hey, Petrocelli! Your client wants to see you!
There's just something I thought I ought to tell you before we go into court. I should have told you. I've lived with it so long. What I did. See, it was me driving that night. I didn't even see the bike. I stopped and got out, and there he was, just lying there, all twisted. I guess I just panicked. I didn't know what to do. So I called Cass Turner, and he got that guy Jake Wiley to take the rap for me. I haven't slept very well since. Well, anyway, Petrocelli. Now you know.
I knew it before.
Why didn't you tell me?
I wanted you to tell me.
But I didn't kill Morrow. You gotta believe me. That part of it's true.
Look, kid, if I didn't believe you, I wouldn't be here.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name and occupation, please.
Lieutenant Clifford Ponce, Detective, San Remo Police Department.
Did you recently have reason to visit the prison at Leesburg?
Yes, I did.
And what was the purpose of that visit?
Well, there's a prisoner there named Jake Wiley, serving a term for hit-and-run manslaughter, and we went there to question him about certain crimes that we're...
Objection. It's irrelevant.
Sustained.
Very well, then. Let's go back for a moment. There is no doubt, then, that the defendant's fingerprints were found inside the room?
No, sir.
Your witness.
Thank you. Lieutenant, you just stated that you found fingerprints inside the room.
Yes, I did.
You also stated that you found fingerprints outside the room on the doorknob.
That's correct.
Now, can you tell us where else you found fingerprints in the room? Well, were there any fingerprints on the walls?
No.
On the doors?
No.
On the windows?
No.
Well, where?
The fingerprints were found on a serving cart.
On the serving cart? Were there any fingerprints on the dishes?
No.
Did you find any fingerprints on the glasses?
No.
Did you find any fingerprints on the silverware?
No. The only fingerprints that were found on the serving cart.
Just the serving cart. You know, Lieutenant, you look like you have a pretty hearty appetite. When you have dinner, do you usually eat with a pair of gloves on?
No.
You think Country Boy had dinner with a pair of gloves on? No further questions.
You're dismissed.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I approach the bench? Your Honor, I am aware that the prosecution intends to introduce a sworn statement by Jake Wiley that he was paid to go to prison to confess to a crime actually committed by Country Boy White. And so, if I may, I'd like to ask for a recess until tomorrow morning, where I'll happily introduce my client's confession to that hit-and-run accident.
You what? You realize what you're saying, Mr. Petrocelli? Practically offering to send your client to jail for a former...
I understand, Your Honor. And that's exactly what my client wants. He wishes to be punished, but he also wishes to be saved from this murder charge.
This is the spot, Tony. I marked him. There's where the bike was. There's where the body was, in the dirt and the sand.
Yeah. Well, the autopsy report showed that there were the particles of dirt and blacktop on both the skin and the clothing, yeah.
So the body was moved, or moved itself.
Exactly. That's why nobody paid any attention, because Jake Wiley already made this false confession.
Well, the autopsy said the death was caused by the victim hitting his head on the rock.
But we can prove now it was the other way around. The rock hit his head. The bicyclist was murdered.
Well, these photos look pretty convincing to me.
I'd prefer to withhold any comment, or even examine more closely any evidence that might be introduced in another trial later on. Jewel, want a continuance, I suppose, or long recess at least?
No, sir. That's why I introduced Country Boy's confession to that hit-and-run accident before we came in here. I want to take the time now, sir, to try to prove his innocence in that Morrow case.
I'm sure it was Country Boy I saw on that path. Yes, sir.
And that just after you delivered the service cart with supper dishes to number 7 cottage.
Yes, sir, about 10 o'clock.
But Mr. Morrow wouldn't let you inside as he normally would. Why was that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he was on the telephone or something, didn't want to be bothered. He just opened the door a little and said, leave it outside.
Maybe there was someone else inside that cottage. Someone he didn't want you to go inside and see.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer the question.
Well, sure. That did occur to me, too. I guess.
Now, let me take you back. Let me take you back to the encounter between the defendant and Morrow at the telethon.
I'm sorry, mister, but I'm really tired.
Okay, not here. But I've been having some long talks with Jake Wiley. Jake Wiley, you hear? Well, I'm gonna be here in room 7 at the Desert Palms by 10 o'clock. Now, you'll be there, too. You understand?
And that was the message that Morrow gave to the defendant. Now, suppose someone overheard that message. Someone was so terrified by that message, they went to see Morrow before 10 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's see if it's even possible that only Country Boy could have committed that murder. Country Boy did go to the Desert Palms. He had to move the cart to get near the door. Well, so much for those fingerprints on the serving cart and the doorknob. The waiter testified that he left the cart on the porch in front of the door. So Morrow had to bring the cart in himself, since Country Boy was long gone by that time. Now, you've already heard Lieutenant Pons testify that Country Boy's fingerprints were not found anywhere else in that room. What you haven't heard him testify is that a lot of other prints were found there. Fingerprints of former occupants, hotel employees, and maybe even those of a not-so-polite dinner guest already inside Morrow's room, who served Morrow a surprise of his own. Who else could it have been but someone who slipped out the back door and tried to escape? Someone who could have been more destroyed by a blackmailer than Country Boy White. Someone who already had committed murder once before. Someone who took Country Boy's car and went straight to the scene of the accident, and there found the victim still alive, crawling along the road, crying out Country Boy White's name because he knew who had hit him. Let me remind you of Country Boy's confession to that accident. Who was the only person he told about it? Who was afraid of what could happen to Country Boy's career?
Like the one with the nuts.
Just a second. They happen to be my mother's cookies, remember?
Why are they taking so long?
Yeah, it's 4 minutes already.
Oh, counselor!
Oh, you see that? Oh, counselor. Before it was Hey Petrocelli, right? I'll be right back, honey.
Looks good, huh?
Perishable? Ooh, it's dead.
Boy, you can say that again.
Guess what?
What?
Instructed verdict, not guilty.
Oh, Tony. Oh, how's Country Boy?
Ah, he's relieved. He asked me to represent him on the hit-and-run charge, and I said I would. Hey, wait. Hey, wait a second. What is this? Mama's provolone. Boy, it smells perfectly aged, too. Now, I'm gonna warn you people about this. I might not share this with anyone.
Oh, you wouldn't do that. Excuse me.
Oh, honey, listen, I've got to get something at the market. See you later.
Hmm?